is it a organic versus paid when it comes to the strategies that you've used? Or is it, how do we combine both in order to get these offers in front of the people, get people to trust us, get people to convert? Like, how do you look at when it comes to the organic side of content and the paid side of content?
They go hand in hand. Honestly, they go hand in hand. I don't recommend anyone be doing organic and not paid, and I don't recommend anyone just do paid and not do organic. It has to be a collaborative effort. It has to be combined, right? So when it comes to us on our side, what I'm looking at is, and I'm going to speak on Him 500 for a sec.
Right.
For Him 500, when we were running the combination of his social ads and taking those social ads and put them into paid, it's kind of what you're seeing happen right now with the TikTok side of things. The TikTok organic style, the real style, the story style, in that form, like foundation of the actual ad. That's really what we were doing for a lot of those brands. We were taking their social organic content, putting it into ads. And now, like when you see like these bigger companies, they're not using the big production style ads anymore. It's the more organic, more authentic, more genuine type of content. Now, there is specific styles per each individual platform. But when you talk about strategy, you talk about what we're seeing on our side, like there has to be that combination. And on our side, like when we look at paid, I think every influencer, every person online should at least have retargeting on their ads. Like if you do nothing else, just have retargeting, because when you think about organic and the reach with organic, it's just dimming day after day. And I know that for a fact, due to some of the influencers that we work with, the algorithm changes every 2 weeks. So when you're looking at, oh, okay, well, I do this and I get this much engagement. I do this and I don't get as much. Like we look at this as a test. So on our side, when we're looking at organic, we are using organic as a measure or a metric to pull things into the paid world, right? So we're using the organic side is more of like a test for us. Hey, go post the content about this and let's see how it does. Oh, it took off. It's going viral. All right, let's figure out a way to put that into paid ads, right? So we may have to change a couple things, add a hook, add a body, add a call to action, but that is a control that we can use and bring into the paid ads world. Now, there are some foundations and things that we already know is going to work. But like back in like 2020, we used to could get away with what we call in our world top of funnel, middle funnel, and bottom of funnel. We used to have scripts for top of funnel, scripts for middle, and scripts for bottom. Now it's more like, all right, here's the things that we know that works. How can we take what you're doing in organic, plug it into this system, and then formulate an ad that feels organic? And that's what's working the best for us right now.
That's good. That's good. Sorry, people, if that went over your head. For the people who don't know what retargeting is, can you break down what retargeting is real quick? Because I'm like, oh, I geeked out real quick. Me and you understood it. I was like, I don't know if everybody else did.
Yeah, no. So in our world, we have what we call, when I mentioned top of funnel, middle funnel, and bottom of funnel. So top of funnel is going to be your people who have never heard of you before, right? So you're trying to get in front of new eyeballs. The middle of funnel is going to be what we call our re-engagement. So people who are clickers on your ads, people who are engagers on your social media channels, people who watch your videos before they actually make it to the site. That's what we call middle of funnel. And there's a specific message that you have to continue to push people further down to the conversion. And then you have bottom of funnel, which is what we call retargeting or remarketing. And that's where every person should have that, because you can go after all of your audiences. You can reach all of your people better. You can get your message in front of more people. So I think that when you talk about retargeting, it's more of getting people who are already engaged to continue to see your content, to reach more of those people. You may make a post, you may have 100,000 followers, but you're only getting 2,000 views on a video. Well, if you run retargeting ads, you can reach more of those people because you can put a specific message to target those people who engage with each individual post that you make on your social media channels.
People, we going techie, just so you understand. He knows what he's talking about, people. He knows what he's talking about. Hey, we don't go this techie normally. We don't go.
Yeah, no, that's phenomenal. Damien, can you talk about what is, say, a good place for someone to start at when they're running ads? Because I think the one thing that I probably still see in our community, and this is not just for people who are starting off, quite honestly, it's even for people who have knee deep into the game, they're very against running ads. To them, it's not organic. It's not authentic. It's almost like a cheat, a cheating way of doing things. Can you talk about just that mindset or mentality? And then on top of that, how would you suggest someone go about getting into ads? What's the ABCs of getting ads rolling?
How much should they spend?
Look, I think that what we tell people, I have a totally different mindset around it, right? Because in my world, experience really does matter, because you have to build up confidence to be able to spend 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, $100,000 in one day, right? Because one wrong move, you getting fired, right? So like when you talk about, people getting into the game, it's a pet peeve of mine when I hear people say, I've made all of this money online organically and I didn't make anything via paid. To me, all that screams is you just missed out on a whole bunch of money. Why? Because you're not reaching, like if you make money from your organic, everyone knows you're not reaching all of your audience. Why not put yourself in the best position to reach more of that audience if you already have something that's converting? So I definitely, like, that's one of my biggest pet peeves is, oh, I made $1 million through organic. That's good for you, but I could have made you 5. Right. So that's where my mindset is when it comes to the organic side. Everybody needs to be running paid ads. It doesn't make sense not to, because at the end of the day, Facebook knows your audience, Instagram, like all of these platforms, they know who is going to buy from you. Again, this is why we want so much data, because we can feed this data back into the algorithm and it'll just continue to feed us people based on the data points and the things that we tell it that we want to get. So I think that that's a big misconception is if you're making a lot of money online organically, it's a cardinal sin not to have ads. Like that's like the first thing for me. Like if I really wanted to go hard and just start poaching and looking and seeing who I want to bring into my ecosystem, I'll just go into Facebook ad library, see if they got anything running. If I don't see anything, that's an immediate client. And then like when you ask about the spend and like how much do you have to spend to get into the game? I mean, when people came to us when they didn't have anything as far as like any revenue being generated for their brands, we started out with $5,000-$10,000 a month. Now that doesn't mean you're going to spend that much. That just means that that's a budget that you need to put as far as like a bare minimum mindset shift when you come into the game. And if you're smart about it, like I got a person that's trying to come in right now and they're like, I don't have any credit cards. I don't have this. I don't have that. Well, I would recommend do it with the credit card. Why? It gives you a 30-day window. It gives you a 30-day window so you can go and test some things out. And if you're with the right team and you have a good offer and you have the things in place that you need to have in place, proper front end, proper back end, you're going to make money. As long as you have a solid offer, as long as you have good creatives, and as long as you're solving a problem, you're going to make money.